Campwood, Barksdale area.
Yeah, right.
On the Nueces River.
On the Nueces River. And so you've seen flooding before.
I've seen flooding.
Before. I remember, and so just so you guys know, Valerie worked with me at the Kerrville Daily Times. She's delightful. She's hardworking, very smart. And I remember when you moved out to your house on the river, you were so excited about it, even though it was so far away, because you're out there on 39, past Mystic, past...
Between Mystic and River Inn.
Right. Yeah, and you probably have seen the river run a little bit. You've shared videos at the time where the videos where, like, one time you shared a video where the river was like sort of frozen and the dog wouldn't go in there.
Yeah, in the freeze, it froze over.
Yeah. And it's pretty low at that point. So what was, before July 4th, what was the river like as far as your estimation goes?
Well, a month before, Lynx Haven Dam broke and they had to fix it, so half the river was gone. So it had just gotten back to normal.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I was called UGRA and had them figure it out. So, and then we've seen it rise, but it doesn't flood. We're at the headwaters. Yeah. So even if it floods in Kerrville, it won't flood at our house.
And on July 3rd, what time did you go to bed at?
Like 10 o'clock.
And so what was there was a flood watch in effect all day. We all get those flood watch things. What was that like for you?
I ignored it. We're at the headwaters. We live on pillars. We never...
Yeah, because your house is on pillars, on piers, basically. And how high is it up from the river, do you think?
We're like 36 feet above the normal river line.
Okay.
And it flooded into our house.
Right.
And moved the house 6 inches off the pillars.
Oh, my God.
Wow. So the only thing that kept it there was a cluster of oak trees.
I have this video here. I want everyone to see this here. This is time-stamped at 3:06 in the morning. You guys can all see your monitors, right? Yeah. All right, I'm not going to play the video. I'm not going to play the audio, but here's the video. This is at 3:06 a.m. And at 3:08, the National Weather Service had issued a flash flood emergency. But this is the, here it is. This is the river. This is 51 seconds of video at 3:06 a.m. of the river between River Inn and Camp Mystic on Highway 39. So your vehicles it's already approaching 39 at this point.
The water coming off those hills on 39, it was already a river.
So 39 was already a river because you saw that behavior. Okay. Let's just go through the end of this. What are you thinking at this point?
They hadn't woken us up yet. These are the owner's videos.
Oh, really?
They waited a little bit, and then they woke us up. So by the time I got out to get in my car, I didn't think it was going to start. And my husband has a dually pickup, so we knew his would start. And he said, once you get it started, drive out on the road, don't sit in the water.
Right.
And so we did that, but there was nowhere to go. So he pushed the gate open at Panther Creek. And thank goodness they didn't have it padlocked because they normally do. And thank goodness they put the extra money into their driveway that grooved the pavement so we were able to get traction to go up the hill. But we went up the hill and stayed there until sun came up.
Until sun came up. And this is the owners shooting this video at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're asleep. Yep. What time did they wake you up at?
A little right after that. It was like 3:15 when I got in my car.
Now, but before that, were you dead asleep? Did you even?
I was awake because the lightning, loud storm. But I wasn't looking at my phone. I was holding my dog and
because the lightning was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I never looked outside or anything. And then they banged on the door and said, "We got to go." And I put my shoes on, grabbed my keys, and we left. You left.
And so Panther Creek is across the street, right?
Directly across the street.
So you were able to get to higher ground there. Because that was my thing. Like, you can't go down river.
No.
You could not get on the road at that point.
I've had people ask me, well, why wouldn't you evacuate? And I'm like, no, that road is all along the river. There's no evacuation unless you're plenty of time ahead of time. But the best thing was just to go uphill.
And when you woke up and saw the river, what was your reaction?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Even after we got up on the hill and went back to look, just seeing the tips of houses and our house looked like it was floating, and the water and the waves. It was weird how on that side, the far side, the river was going down. But close to us, the river was coming back up. Yeah. And it had waves. And then someone mentioned, well, there's a backflow because as it hits obstacles, it
comes back right,
up, and that's what we were seeing. And that's The Shriners, Gus and Lori Shriner live across the street, and all of their houses had 6 feet of water in them.
Wow.
And it blew out walls. I mean, it was awful.
Yeah. So you get in the car, you grab the dog, you grab some stuff.
No stuff.
No stuff. Just got in the car.
Got in the car.
And could you see the river from where you were at?
We could, because the lightning was so constant.
Yeah.
We when we left, we had power. You saw in the video we had power, but when we went back to look, there was no power.
Right. And the other thing that's interesting about this too is that you made a great point too that a lot of people don't realize, and I've hit this point over and over again. It's not just the river that's ripping; it's also all the little spots on the other side of the road, come out the hillsides. What was that like? What did you see there?
So when we started to go uphill, I only went halfway because so much water and rocks and boulders were rolling down.
Yeah.
And my husband came and banged on the window and said, no, keep going. And I'm like, but there's rocks. He goes, I don't care. Drive over it.
Just drive over it. Yeah.
We did.
Could you, at this point, so at what point do you get kind of to a point where you feel safe? What time in the morning do you think you felt like, okay, we're okay here. This is going to be okay?
3:45, it kind of like, okay, I think we're high enough, because we thought it's not going to get any higher than that.
Yeah.
And it got higher than that. So before daybreak, there was choppers, helicopters.
Already coming
all in that area. It looked like they were landing at Mystic and River Inn.
Yeah.
And they would fly over us, and I guess they thought we were okay.
They're like, okay, you're in your car, you're okay. But
Yeah.
down at Mystic, though, it was a different story.
Right. Well,
And River Inn, too, right? I mean,
Right.
River, yeah.
Well, we had no idea what was going on around us. We
Yeah.
just knew that this is a big flood. We're going to have to get a window unit. Like, it wouldn't sink in that
Yeah.
this is...
You did not think that, you thought you'd just be able to go home after a little while.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just to be safe.
Yeah.
What time did you get back to the house?
It was like 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And the river had receded pretty significantly
Yeah,
at that point?
it was flooded, but it wasn't up in the yard.
Right. And so when you got into the house, what did you see?
Mud, fish in the house.
Wow.
They pulled a fish out of my fender when I had my car cleaned, and I had to explain to the FEMA lady what a perch was. She didn't know what that was.
Really? So there was issues there.
Yeah, fish laying everywhere: bass, perch, minnows, crawdads, just all over the grass, all over the ground.
Right. And then when did you realize that the house had been moved?
That wasn't until the next day.
Okay.
Because by that afternoon, we had been out there with nothing to eat, nothing to drink, which we were still kind of in shock. But when the county was just bulldozing stuff just to get in and get out, they said, if you have a truck and four-wheel drive, you can go. So
Okay.
I locked my car, left it there, and we left.
Where did you guys go after when the road was clear?
We went to my husband's parents' house
And where do they live?
here in town.
In town. Yeah, because by the way, you just shot video yesterday of a plane that landed
Oh, I
the
did.
horizon. Yes.
Yeah.
So you get down though, and what did you see? What was the drive like back on 39?
Oh, that was hard to see. Like, I had to stop filming because I didn't want to remember a lot of what we saw. And cars not even every mile. There were cars, so many cars and trees and stuck in every little draw. So every driveway and every little draw on those hills was over.
Yeah. Right.
It was, and even that night, like, I had to go get back in the car because I couldn't watch any more cars go down the river.
Yeah. Right. Did you see when you came around the bend there to Mystic? What was that like?
We saw the Army Corps, and the entire highway all the way to Hunt was lined with Border Patrol with airboats.
Okay.
Emergency people.
So they were already there.
Yeah,
right.
they were already there.
Because they knew already that this was pretty bad as well. Mm-hmm. And then you get down to Hunt itself, and what was that like?
That was hard to see, just the concrete slabs. And I work for Starkey Pest Control, and we service Casa Bonita, and all those houses were gone. And,
Yeah.
you know, we know those people. And the Hunt store, this is Hunt jewelry from the Hunt store.
Right. And because, I mean, the Hunt store, I was telling people that when I finally got out there on Saturday, that you've kind of seen the iconic shots of stuff on the riverside where the sign is at, but it looked like a wave of water came up and just smashed it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like all of Hunt was underwater.
Wow.
It was hard.
Right. And then, so you went back the next day, and then you realized that things are
Yes.
Right.
Things are bad for a lot of people. It was so much, well, it was so much traffic for that first week. So just getting in to get stuff and get out was hard.
Yeah. Right. And so then how did you guys know that the house had been moved then by that point? What was your...
Well, we noticed that the floor on the inside was buckled.
Yeah.
It was just weird inside, and I didn't really think it was maybe safe to be in there.
Really?
So
wow.
we started looking around underneath, and then we see the movement.
Right.
Underneath.
Yeah, you're kind of like me in that way, because I slept through the lightning and thunder. Like I didn't sleep through it. There was a storm earlier in the summer where I didn't sleep through it. But that one I kind of did, and it didn't really rain at my place.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we kind of thought, it's going to flood. We just got groceries for 4th of July. We're good for a few days. We need to go to town.
All right. We're good.
We're fine.
We're good.
I had no idea.
Kristen Weaver is here. She's a good friend of the show, and you grew up in Rock Springs, and you live in Harper, and
Yes,
I knew you. Yes, I knew you when we were little.
Yeah.
Well, I was little. Yeah.
what's the storm? What does the storm mean for this community, do you think? How do we get back from it? So you've lived here forever. So tell me about your thoughts.
My thoughts are it's going to take a while to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
I am extremely proud of our city council, our commissioner's court, our judge, our mayor, our sheriff, for all banding togetger.
Stuart, don't forget about Stuart. He's important too.
And Stuart.
Yeah, right.
So they've just amazed me at how everybody's banded together to work on this, and it's just going to take a while.
Right. I mean, you've worked with the chamber, and you've had a lot of different hats here. What was the morning of July 4th like for you? Where were you? In Harper?
I was in Harper.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
What was the storm like in Harper?
It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad at all.
No.
Yeah.
The chamber's done a great job. I also wanted to give a shout out to the CVB. They still have the Hill Country Strong signs.
Yes.
The chamber's out of them, but they still have them at the visitor center.
Yeah, visitor center.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting. We talked about Julie Davis the other day, and she had a meeting last Friday about tourism and how to respond to it. And it was very quick. It was like a 25-minute long meeting. There was lunch was served, and then it became like a therapy session. Everybody got together. It was, there was city council people there. There was Dalton Rice was there. There was media people there. And we all kind of took a moment and what happened to us? What does this look like?
Yeah.
And how do you explain this to people who don't know anything about the Hill Country?
Right.
How do you?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime event for most of us.
Yeah.
Which
is saying a lot, because you two grown up in a flash flood environment, right? You've seen floods before. Mm-hmm. When was the first time you ever saw a big flood here in the Hill Country?
Gosh, don't ask me what year.
Okay. But sometime you've seen them, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not to this magnitude.
Not to this magnitude, right? Because you didn't think, you think, I'm good. I'm on the headwaters.
Well, I got the alarms. I didn't believe it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was your first alarm? Did you know?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It was before I went to bed. They talked about flood warning.
Yeah.
News and stuff.
Yeah.
It was 4th of July.
Did your phone ping though loudly at any point during the morning?
Yeah, but it was so loud. The storm was so loud you couldn't hear.
Yeah.
That was another issue that night, trying to talk and coordinate stuff.
Yeah,
We
right.
couldn't hear over the water, the storm, the rain, lightning.
Well, the lightning is in that video you shared. I tried counting it.
Oh, it was nonstop.
It was
hours.
nonstop. Yeah.
For hours.
Yeah. And so there's also the double danger of even going out in that as well, because there's so much lightning going on as well.
Okay, so here's a story I haven't told you.
Yeah.
There was a lady and 2 girls down at Toad Hall that escaped through a bathroom window.